What's going on, Aquarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be self-growth, Aquarius, and all the ways that you can embody the best qualities of your future self. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, with this spread, I'm going to be going until Higher Self says stop. We're just going with the flow here. And just so you all know, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings. We're just working with the energy. So apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then, in case y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, look at you, enlightened. This one is the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. And then the other deck that I'm working with is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck. And I'll include links for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested there, Aquarius. But you know what, Aquarius? Kind of looking at your cards here, getting right off the bat. We're going to pull some more, of course. But you got the Seven of Wands and the Hanged Man in reverse. And with these energies for me, you know, I feel like that maybe for some of us, we've been possibly worried about maybe the opinions of others for a while. Not that I feel like it's been driving your force, like driving your like every decision, but I feel like that maybe we've let the opinions of others hold maybe more weight than I feel like you maybe want to, or maybe we've received like a criticism that we know maybe it was delivered a little harshly, or maybe it was delivered with good intentions, but it still may have come across where it's like something that it's like kind of might be bothering you a little bit. And I feel like if that's the case, you know, if like criticisms and things are bothering us, you know, criticisms, I feel like as long as they're constructive in the sense of like, you present someone an idea and then they go, okay, I see where you're coming from on this area. Had you considered maybe thinking about from this perspective, or have how would you feel about maybe implementing this, or does this where are you at this point where this would make sense? You know, if they're providing you like insight, you know, trying to help you guide you towards, you know, maybe giving you a clear direction. That's the kind of criticism that we're talking about. That's constructive. But if we're working with people that are just like, that kind of sucks, you know, like, I wouldn't do it that way, or, you know, are you sure with everything? And, you know, like if it's just like a lot of attacks but no solutions, then that's someone I feel like, you know, like I tell you at the beginning, take what resonates with you, leave the rest with them, because it's going to get to this place where, because this is Mars and Leo here. And when I think about Mars and Leo, funny enough, I have Mars and Leo, but if you're feeling offended, or not offended, but let's call it, it's kind of like if our ego is hurt by, you know, maybe an opinion of you know, someone's thoughts, that shouldn't lead us to inaction. It definitely would give us time to reflect, you know, so it gives us a point to consider, because if something, you know, maybe is sticking in your head, maybe it is a concern to think about, you know, maybe just like something to consider, but don't let it get to a place where we get to like a place of doubt, Aquarius, especially if it's something that you've been wanting to do for a while, something that you're really passionate or excited about, and you know that that is going to, you know, raise your vibration and possibly others down the line. I say go for that. But I do feel like for some others, hopefully, you know, we are at this place where we're not holding, you know, or let me put it this way. I feel like maybe for some others, I will say that with the hanged one being up or in reverse. This does mean enlightenment, but I feel like this could also be just be mindful of thinking that we know everything, or that we feel like that we've learned all we can about something. I feel like the hanged one is just not to say that you're like that, Aquarius, but I feel like he's just inviting you to just keep an open mind, when we are, hearing other opinions as well, because you never know, Aquarius. Even in that, it may come across like, ugh, yeah, these people don't know what they're talking about at first, but they may drop a little nugget or two, just you never. And with your inventive mind, they may say something to them, maybe just sort of like meh, just sort of dropping it by, just cut, or what am I trying to say? It may seem not like a big deal to them, but that could, they might say something that could be like the next, like, the biggest idea since like sliced bread. So just something to think about as well. I feel like when we're working with these energies. Let's see what else we got for you, Aquarius. Nice. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, well, interesting. Interesting, but nice. Because you got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. And, I feel like that with this Wheel of Fortune for me, this is like less about the fact that there's like, that you're having like a run of bad luck, or that things don't seem to be going your way. And if they have been, Aquarius, I feel like that this is signifying like the end of a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is, and it makes sense, and I feel like not even just signifying the end of a cycle, but it's with it popping up in reverse, I feel like it's asking us to be mindful going into this next cycle, Aquarius, because we got some big stuff coming up here, depending on when you're watching this. We have Saturn is going to be moving into Pisces on March 7th, and on that same day is going to be a full moon in Virgo as well. So there's going to be a lot of big energy going down, a lot of big changes, and Saturn's one of your rulers. And Saturn only moves signs about every 2 to 3 years, and the last time that it moved sign was in 2020. So you know what went down. But I feel like with these energies that are coming up here, with it moving into Pisces, Saturn is the planet of restrictions. But, Pisces is can be very creative, very dreamy energy, very compassionate, kind of, very kind. But I feel like that this energy is going to kind of like pull our head out of the clouds and get us to this place of where we can realize our dreams a little bit clearer, like I feel like the fog might lift a little bit, so and it could be too. With this reality kind of check that I feel like Saturn may bring, it's something just to be mindful, because it's depending on where we're at on our journey, Aquarius. This is going to be a big phase of, letting go of things that are no longer working for us, and also trying new things, exploring, experimenting. The Page of Wands is very creative energy, and this could be trying like a new hobby. This could be trying a new business, trying a new workout routine. Just creating right now. Adventuring, because the Page of Wands. I don't know if you can see here. It's if we're worried about possibly making mistakes, or if we're afraid about whatever fears we may have about starting something new, or maybe venturing outside of the box, those fears are going to be there, Aquarius, regardless. It's the Page of Wands invites us to venture into this experience, even knowing that we might step on some snakes along the way, but that's not taken from the fact that we're learning new skills here, we're growing, and hopefully too, Aquarius, we're having fun while we're doing it, we're enjoying this. This is going to be good energy too, Aquarius, for your energy. With your sign is about humanitarianism and networking, and really for the betterment of society. And I feel like for some of us, there's going to be not necessarily that we need to get more exposure in the sense like that you have to get in the limelight, but I feel like getting yourself out more as far as like connecting, utilizing like other people, like working with others and, collaboration. I feel like that's going to be where the victory's at, where the fortune at, because see, now we got Jupiter and Leo here. And Jupiter in Leo is a type, I got Jupiter and Leo too. That's a type of energy that it's, when we're creating new stuff, and we're doing things not only just for ourselves, but also for society, Jupiter rewards you handsomely. And I feel like that this is actually, with this being in reverse here, I feel like if some of us felt like we haven't had like a guiding star, just been sort of just going with the motions here, this is a good time to reflect on that. See where you're at on your journey right now, and see where we want to go from here. Because the Hanged One too can be a card of impatience. Can be like a rushing in a sense. Maybe we're thinking we know what we do, but then when we kind of rush into stuff, we kind of hit like roadblocks and stuff. We run into snakes and things. And if we've been noticing that, that maybe we've been feeling a little anxious, or been trying to rush in things and things haven't been kind of falling into place, I feel like that this is a good time, too, to kind of slow down a little bit, to assess, reevaluate what's going down here, Aquarius, because this is going to be a big adjustment for everyone. But I feel like you, and probably I was telling Capricorn this is probably going to be, pretty big for you too as well, because Saturn is a type of energy too. It has to deal with time. And yours, and I was telling Capricorn, I feel like your two signs where it may feel like maybe other signs are figuring out their journeys, and it seems like they're figuring out their paths maybe a little bit faster than you. I feel like that it's because the work that needs to be fostered within you is so grand, because Saturn is the type that when you put in that work, you're like a slow burn. And Saturn is that type when you put in that work and really invest in yourself and, harness those skills with time, Saturn rewards you handsomely. But it's one of those things that we need to be mindful. We got to try new things, and then trusting that intuition as well. And if things, and just kind of seeing with where the cards are kind of go, oh, that's so fun. You're talking about Pisces. Pisces is ruled by both Jupiter and Neptune here. And then you got all this Leo energy and stuff. This to me, Aquarius, I feel like that if you are not doing any sort of like creative endeavor right now, and that can be, it doesn't necessarily just even have to be in like art. This can be even on like with technology, maybe doing like some kind of graphic design, or maybe making like a blog, or just things. I feel even doing posts on like social media, doing something where we're creating some stuff, like just start manifesting some things. You have a lot of creative energy here. And I'm thinking just with like these planetary influences here, Neptune is very, very much about fantasy and dreams, and is very compassionate energy, is very much about the collective. So I feel like that there's going to be rewards for you here, with Jupiter being about fortune. There's going to be some rewards for you, bringing your wildest dreams and making those come true. These? Okay, we're keeping those? No, okay. And you know what? I know you probably see that tower, but this is a good thing here, Aquarius. Now we got Mars energy in the mix. The tower in reverse. This, for me, this is dope. And there's been actually quite a bit of this kind of going around here, and I like that. Because the tower in reverse is you realizing that there's a need for a change, is that you're ready to, it's like you're ready to just kind of shake things up a little bit, kind of just really kind of connect within and, really let that person loose, kind of like transform into who you really are. Thinking with this Leo energy, Leo's energy is very much about the self. It's very ego. It can be very ego driven. But I feel like that this energy is talking about, focusing on things that you want to change and making that happen. Getting the connection within yourself, Aquarius, because the Lovers, this is a divine connection here between, it's like the merging of masculine and feminine, getting everything in head and heart, just all in alignment. You and higher self, God, Buddha, Jesus, future self, whomever. This is that kind of connection, because when we're trying to find our destiny and get in and go through these changes, this is something where we need to be in sync, you know? This is, you know, and listening to listen to that instinct, you know, and telling us where it wants for us to, or where it's trying to guide us, Aquarius. And this is something where, you know, that may, if that's sounding, you know, kind of foreign, like, what do you mean kind of search within? You know, this could be, maybe we do this through meditation, maybe we do this through journaling, maybe we do this through maybe going for a hike, you know, getting out in nature, getting by water, whatever. I feel like it takes that you can get yourself in a Zen place so that we can really start thinking about some of these bigger questions and feel like where do we want to go on this cycle? In what areas do we want to grow and improve and really show up and show out, Aquarius? Because this is the energy is ripe right now. This is, because I tell you, when like Saturn's like a sleeping giant. It's like he's going in there and it's like he's woken up and it's like, yo. Actually, he's not even knocking. He's just like kicks the door open like, yo, change is here. What's good? What are we doing right now? And that's, I feel like, going to be the question for you, Aquarius. What are we doing right now? And if we're not feeling like or if we feel like that there's more that can be established here, then I say go for it, because now we got more, you know, planetary influence. Now we got Mars in here. We got Mars in action. And you know what? Funny enough, Mars is in Gemini right now, Aquarius. And I feel like that this is about, I'm thinking with this energy, Gemini energy can embody communication and our intellect, learning, all of that. I feel like that this is time to take energy, get yourself geeked up, you know, to like get, you know, pump whatever positive affirmations, pumping ourselves up like, yo, I'm about to achieve something great today. I don't know how I'm about the Wheel of Fortune, but watch me work. You know what I mean? This is that type of energy here, I feel like, for you. You know, every time I feel like Saturn does something big, that's a level up for you. Like I feel like a real big one for you and Capricorn as well, just because he's your ruler. So more. Whew. And I'll tell you what, Aquarius, you may not feel it as much, or it because let me tell you, you know, it's a big deal in the sense, just because it doesn't happen that often. You know, it's every 2 to 3 years. It's not like my son's in Cancer and the moon does the most. She's changing signs like every 2-3 days. So I'm quite familiar with cycles. But for yours, it's because they're so much more extended. You know, they have I feel like a bigger impact. You know, this is just like Saturn's been, you've just been working. We're saving up, bam, saving up, and then repeat, you know? So this is a good time. Make your dreams come true, Aquarius. I feel like this, and again, you know, I feel like it may sound like I speak, so fantastical when I talk to your signs, but I see how you all work. Hold on, you want to see? Hold up. Because you see this major arcana stuff still popping up here. Emperor. And look at this. You got the Emperor with Mars here. Aquarius, this is going to be a big time for you. What do you want the world to look like? Look at you, badass. Take a minute, snapshot this, and let that be one of your posts. Let that be, how am I going to Emperor today? How am I going to bring it? Leo energy. Now we got the Strength card too. How am I about to bring it? Because Aquarius, there are opportunities out there for you. It's just opening yourselves up to the options. It's using that in Aquarius. It's really not that hard for you. And I'm saying that because of how your energy works. You got, and even looking at these two here, the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, these two for me are like the more creative types of pages. They're the types that they think outside of the box. They think they create. No, actually, Aquarius, I keep saying that you're the type that, destroys the box. Actually, you're the type that builds the box that everyone else is trying to think outside of. I feel like you're so ahead of the game in how you can think and how your energy can be harnessed. It's just understanding that strength that you do have, getting that harmony and getting in sync with these energies here, getting in sync with what you want and where higher self is trying to guide you. All the thinking of Leo too, talking about that childlike energy and stuff. I feel like some of us too, and this can be kind of more sort of sensitive work. So, deal with this as it makes sense. But I find that, finding some ways to try to heal that inner child. I'm reading a book right now. I'm still in the early stages of it, so take it as it resonates. But I'm reading The Artist Way right now, and it's actually really fantastic, Aquarius. It's about tapping into that inner creativity, and I feel like that a lot of you might benefit from that. Just kind of hearing how Aquarians, at least the ones that I'm familiar with, kind of talk. A talk. I feel like that this would be a good way for you to help you get to embody that emperor energy that you have in you. Because I'll tell you what, the energies are look at this. The energies are lining up for you really nice. You got two big fire cards here, Leo and Aries. And even how the energies are lining up. Mars in Leo, Jupiter in Leo, Six of Swords, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. It's energy and imagination here, Aquarius. A major arcana. Higher self, your source, how you connect the source has got your back, and it's lining you up something pretty dope here, Aquarius. It's just like what do you want and when do you want to get it? It's not, I feel like, if you're asking yourself, well, when is this happening? When do you want it? And then seriously, whenever you want it, start taking the steps towards that. Get that ball rolling, because I get where sometimes too, because I feel like Aquarians see the big picture in every opportunity, and where that's lovely, I could see where that's also can be possibly overwhelming, but because it's, whew, I was like, wow, okay, let me take a breath. Hold on, Aquarius. It may seem like overwhelming, being able to see all the opportunities in every little small thing, but it really is a gift, and it's just picking a focus, picking one and getting it started, and seeing where that takes you. Because if we get one started, and we start to get that to fruition, then that might bleed over into another one, and then we could get this thing started, or help foster this thing, and then you see, your energies are working for you here, Aquarius. But if we do that thing where maybe if we start a whole bunch of things at once, and we're just our energies are kind of split, and it's not to say that you can't multitask, but it's just making sure that the energies make sense, if we're, make sure we're not taking off more than we can chew, that we're not being patient, that we're not just jumping like the hanged one here. Control yourself. Any more here? Okay. Let's get into some oracle cards here, Aquarius. But I tell you, Aquarius, I always enjoy doing your readings. They're always a blast. And it's just because I say this all the time, but it's just because I see the potential in it. And to keep in mind too, Aquarius, I don't know if I've said this here recently, this is the energy that you bring me. I'm not going through the cards just being like, oh yeah, Aquarius needs to hear this week. No, this is higher self letting you know, Aquarius, this is what you need to hear this week. This may be what you've been feeling, but it's like, how do we put it into words? Here you go. Major Arcana City. Higher self has made you a bridge, Aquarius. Just cross and build whatever you want along the way. And Aquarius, okay, you got one of your cards here, you got the smell card in reverse. And with the smell card, I feel like that it's making sure that we're not overwhelming our senses. And it can be, with if we're around any kind of strong smells right now, this could even be too, maybe because you got the cleanse card in reverse here more. You got the cleanse card in reverse, and I feel like that maybe this could even be where maybe some of us might do well, maybe lighting some incense or maybe burning some, just like cleansing your space, maybe getting some sage if you, you know, or getting maybe some Palo Santo, something along those lines, you know, to maybe kind of cleanse your space from time to time. You know, it does your safe space some good, you know, because sometimes the energies get kind of stale when we're, you know, when we get into manifesting, and you know, the place needs just a nice kind of cleansing every now and again. More. Okay, let's switch back over, Aquarius. Hold up, because your last card here, fascinating. I'm with it. You got the Death card in reverse here, and Aquarius, with what's getting ready to go down. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to get you geeked up, to get you pumped, because this is a time, if we're feeling, you know, maybe anxious or worried or afraid, the Emperor turns fear into fuel, insecurities into inspiration. You know, this is the time that there's growth that's getting ready to happen from here. If we stay stuck in this space here where we're not growing, where we're not looking for the opportunities, listening to our instincts, and, you know, following the signs, then, you know, the Death card, it gets uncomfortable, you know, if we stay in this space for too long. But if we allow ourselves to go into the cycles with an open mind and in an open heart, really, even when I'm thinking with this Page of Cups in reverse, you know, go fearless, Aquarius. Because, oh, and that's so great, because I was telling, you know, Capricorn the similar type of thing. This is how Saturn type is like rewards you, Aquarius. It may take a long time for a tree to grow, but how many times have you caught yourself just looking at, when you see the magnificence of a tree and you're just marveling at it and think, my goodness, the stories, you know, you could tell, you know, the experiences that you must have had. That's what type of reward that Saturn brings. It's a really kind of rich, expansive type of reward, but it's just one of those, it may seem like where things don't make sense right now, you know, people see all this potential in you, but it's coming, Aquarius. It's going to make sense to you. You know, it's just like, it's like the potential is already here. It's just like the vessel is trying to catch up. You know, it's just you got so much energy that you got bottled up. You know, your body's just like, whoa, we got to grow into this. This is world changing. In Aquarius, I mean, you might think I might be over exaggerating, and, you know, with you know, having Jupiter in Leo, I just might be, but I figure why not, because you can affect the world. Where's the world at? You can affect the world, Aquarius. This can be, and I mean it can be as big or as you can affect the world, even from, because someone told me something really cool, and I think then we'll wrap up. How he looked at it as like fame and like recognition and stuff. Fame started within 5 miles, you know, affect your community first, you know, because I even feel like too, Aquarius, you've already probably affected those around you. I'm sure you've inspired someone at some point in time, so you're already going to work. But, you know, when you really start going with intention, you know, start with 5 miles, and then go to 10, and then go to 20, and then go, you know, etc. But it is going to expand, because that is your energy. It is expansive. And, you know, I think I was just actually telling Leo this not too long ago, looking at the Strength card. Leo's is the exact opposite of you, Aquarius, but you both do expansion and creativity in a very unique way. Yours is definitely more kind of intellectual and illogical, but it's so fascinating, you know, and it's intricate, and it's innovative, and I feel like that really innovation is going to be really just the name of the game in general. But going forward, you know, for at least the next probably, you know, five plus years or so, innovation, networking, all of that's going to be the name of the game. So this is going to be a great time for your energy to shine, Aquarius. So just something to think about when we're working with these energies here. I tell you what, though, I enjoyed that, Aquarius. Oh, that was good. So if something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And Aquarius, you know how I feel about you sharing this energy here. Because really, you know, I remember reading something where I feel like that it was something real funny about Aquarius, where it's like, I think it was talking about Aquarius and Venus or something like that, where it's like, you know, every now and again, they just need to be reminded of just how great they are. And, you know, Aquarius, it's one thing, you know, I don't mind doing that. I'm all for it. But do that for your fellow Aquarians too, you know. Let's help lift each other up, you know. If you know someone who may resonate with this, you know. Because I do feel like that you all can, you know, and will, not even just can, you will do something extraordinary with your lives. It's just, you know, when that time feels right, it's just like, what do you want to do? You know, and really, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it? And then just do it. You know, you are the only, like one of the few that I could think that could figure out how to fit a square peg in a round hole. So, you know, let's share this thing. And then if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell button. You can notify when I release videos each week. And then social media, fun little fact. I'm still trying to figure out how to post it to like so that you can get it on like YouTube or to access it from YouTube and from Instagram. But I posted on my Facebook not too long ago that I made a group on this app that I like using, Insight Timer. We're not in any kind of partnership or anything. It's just like I've been working with it for for quite a number of years now. And it's a free app. You know, they have a paid version as well, but you get a lot with even just like the free version. But I made a group called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to just kind of stop by. You know, real low pressure. If you see any like encouraging messages, or if you're feeling creative and want to, and look at that, made a creative space for you there, Aquarius. You're welcome. Kidding, like kind of. But you know, if you think of your own encouraging messages, see an affirmation or think of one, post it in the space. You know, it's just there's a little safe space to just do some just uplifting little nuggets, you know, just whenever you need just like a pick-me-up and a reminder of just like how fantastic you are. And, you know, down the line, you know, I want to get to the point, you know, where you know, if enough people, you know, or once enough people join, you know, to maybe start scheduling like, you know, little group meditations or something like that. Because I'm on there all the time. I love that app. So that's how I social media. So you can definitely find it on Facebook. And I may post it like weekly just as like a reminder. You know, maybe I'll figure something out with that. So if you're not following me on Facebook or friends with me, you know, do that. And I'll figure out at some point how to get the rest, you know, nature my problem. And then lastly, if you have any Cancer in your placements, you know, sun, moon, rising, wherever, Aquarius, check out my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. We definitely talk about the Wheel of Fortune too. Wheel of Fortune was following Cancer like a couple weeks ago. Wheel of Fortune could be aggressive. But all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you a surprise card here so I can get you out of here, Aquarius. Interesting. So you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse here. And then we got the Amulet card in reverse. And you know, I feel like with this Amulet card popping up in reverse, Aquarius, you know, you see all these little trinkets and things. You know, I feel like that this is saying, you know, to be mindful of where our attention is going to be at, you know, because I get where, you know, we see all of the things and we're excited about all the different opportunities. But take it from someone with like a Gemini moon who can be all over the place, you know, it's good to have a focus sometimes, because your energy gets split like that, in where you know a little about a lot, you know, like enough about a lot of things, as opposed to being, you know, efficient, you know, like, and really like having the knowledge like solidified. So I feel like, and again, this is not saying that I don't think that you can't multitask, but I'm saying like make it make sense, you know, if we're seeing that we're spread a little too thin, pull some stuff back, because I feel like it may be like an air sign thing where sometimes, we can, we're in the pursuit of knowledge and growth and whatnot. If you have any strong like air placements, we can do the most. So, and this is, and with this Five of Pentacles popping up in reverse, I feel like that this is saying that, if we, let's say for some, if we're thinking about, when we're thinking about Wheel of Fortune, maybe starting up something, taking that next step. If we're worried about like resources, thinking that if we're wanting to start a business, but we're not sure if we have enough money or a space, or if we want to do whatever, I feel like that it's, instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have, Aquarius. See what you can work with. MacGyver it. Make this situation work for you. If you're missing finances, okay. Well, I need to, I don't have a lot of strong Aquarius placements, Aquarius. I have my Saturn's in Aquarius, but think outside of the box, Aquarius. Tap into that inventive mind, because I bet you if anybody can turn like 5 cents into $5, I bet it would be you, Aquarius. So this is going to be one of those times, tap into your resources. And two, the Five of Pentacles, I feel like for me sometimes it's like, it can signify where you feel like you're all alone in this. And where I get that we want to solve things by ourselves, want to kind of stay on top of things, maybe be self-sustaining, which I do, I totally get it. If we're in a jam, don't be afraid to reach out, see, because, maybe someone can help you in some kind of capacity, I feel like, I think I've said this last time, people want to work with you. People want to help you, Aquarius. They want to see you grow. So just something to keep in mind of, okay? But I think I'm going to get you out of here. Look at that. I was going to say, look at that. I think I kept you at a good time, but, well, this is a good time. Whatever. All right, Aquarius. I think I'm going to leave it here. So stay safe out there. In Aquarius, with this energy, whenever you're ready, I'm not kidding, you raise that vibration. I mean, it's not even like to the moon. You just raise the vibration, just raise the Earth's vibration a little bit. Just crank it up. Like it's yours. It's different. How you're gonna do it is different, Aquarius. You see that? I'm with it, innovator. And I will catch you on the next one later.